Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine and I am an aspiring romance author, and I am currently writing the second draft of my novel called Project Banye. It is a college romance slash new adult contemporary romance. So yeah, I intend this to be a series, and this is book one of the series of the Banye University series. So yeah. In this video, I'm actually going to do a 12-hour writing challenge. 12 hours. This is actually a video that I already filmed about 2 weeks ago now, but I'm only doing an intro now because I didn't like how I opened up my intro in that video. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give this a thumbs up, a like, or leave me a comment. Let me know how you feel about it or if you've done something similar. So yeah, sit back and relax, and I hope you enjoy. Is this the first time you'll see my PC turn on? Probably. Let me show you. Actually finish scene 2 first before I actually outline a new chapter, because I don't want to outline something and then it end up not being included actually in the actual chapter, because I tend to do that and it's a bad habit, I know. Yeah, let's actually do that. Let's finish chapter 11. So I am still hacking at the second scene. Hopefully I'll be able to finish it in the next hour, but I have to stop because there is a tutoring scene, and I don't know, did I ever tell you this, but Ryan is a math tutor for Natalie. They are supposed to talk about math stuff. Am I good in math? No, not at all. I used to enjoy algebra, I used to enjoy trigonometry, I used to enjoy geometry. Calculus, I don't know her. Fun fact, I dropped out of my math class in university because nope, no. And I didn't like my professor too. Sorry, not sorry. But who knew that, many years later, I'm going to be looking at the same topics that I used to hate when I was in university. So I'm trying to just look at all these math concepts that, my characters are going through. Am I going to put a scientific explanation in the book? No, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to convey how confused Natalie is, which honestly is so easy to do because me too, girly, me too. I had to look up tutorial videos. The reason why I do that is because I want to know how Ryan would explain these concepts to someone as confused as Natalie, but I'm trying my best to make Ryan sound as knowledgeable as possible. Research is going to be my best friend. I'm going to try my best to make Ryan sound very smart, coming from someone who is not so smart in math. So we'll see how it goes. It is currently 11:23. I actually finished the scene, so chapter 11 is done. I'm gonna take a little break here before I go do my 12 o'clock writing session. So I should have about half an hour of a break. So in the meantime, while I do that, I will actually fill out what I did. So let's see. I wrote, so this scene, whoa, I'm already actually past my everyday session target, which is I set at 1100. I would say 50% of the time I don't hit it. I don't hit that word count every time I do my writing session, but that is okay. That is there for, just because. Last session, I was at 417 words. Hold on. Let's see. Let's do the math. My hour 2 writing session ended up being at 417. Honestly, I doom scrolled a little bit. So I was like, dude, I need to lock in. So I ended up meshing together from 10:30 to 11 20-ish. I wrote for straight almost an hour, I would say, and I wrote for about 800-ish words, which is like really nice. I already hit my word goal for the day. This is a 12-hour write-a-thon, and we will not stop until we reach a 12-hour mark. Yay me! Good news is that I hecking love this scene so much. I love it so much. This is like, I would say in romance, like you see this trope a lot, like the, I don't want to spoil it, but I was like, let me just see how it goes. So I was just like typing for a straight hour, and it ended up being actually really, really fun. I never thought of this in my first draft. So doing this in the second draft was like an actual, like, super nice surprise. And I love how it turned out. I can't emphasize enough how this chapter is like so different from how I imagine it from the first draft. I'm just pleasantly surprised at how well it turned out. This scene will go back up here. All right, so this is chapter 12. Hope you don't see the details, but this is chapter 12, and I have a lot of stuff glued to it because when I initially wrote it in draft 1, there's like a big gap, and I was like, maybe I should make a transition scene between those two chapters. And that's how I came up with this little teeny tiny note where it's saying like maybe I should incorporate antagonists in Natalie's story. So that's what I'm gonna do. But before that though, I need to make chapter 12. Okay, so this is just gonna be Ryan's point of view. So they're still gonna be in the library, but only in Ryan's point of view. So this is actually pretty fun. Now that I wrote this really unexpected scene, now I want to see what his reaction will be. Okay, I'm gonna leave for a little bit to pick up coffee. My wonderful husband ordered coffee for me at Starbucks, and I told him, "Can you please add a banana bread for me?" And he said, "Sure, baby." So I'm on my way to pick up my coffee, and I'm gonna bring you along with me. I should bring this because it can get loud in the car. So let's get in the car. What was I saying? I was talking about authortube and how, you know, I relate so much with Anna's new video about when she was talking about loneliness in authortube, where she feels like she's left out and stuff like that. And I like relate so much. What can I do about it? Honestly, I need to meet people IRL. That's what I need to do. I need to meet more writers in real life. I feel like I just need to work on being that person to actively reach out to people instead of waiting for that, you know, somebody to reach out to me and say like, hey, do you want to like have a writing session with me, blah blah blah. So I did that, and you will see her a little bit in my writing session. I'm actually so glad that I invited her during my 12-hour write-a-thon. She actually doesn't know that I'm actually doing this, and I told her that just gonna be something private, like I'm not gonna live stream it or whatever. I want to have a quick chat with her and just like catch up and see how is everything going with her writing, and then we'll do like a writing session together. So that's not gonna be in another hour, and it's almost 12 o'clock. I'm gonna go home and actually start outlining before I hop onto a call with a writing friend. So I'll see you there in a bit. I don't even know if I want to post the things I said about authortube, because authortube looks really like, it looks very I don't want to say deceiving. I promise I met so many like wonderful people on authortube, but I do get that sense that not everyone feels very included, and that's just how, man, it sucks to say it, but that's just how it is in this space, I guess. It's Juneteenth, by the way. Happy Juneteenth to my American friends. We don't celebrate Juneteenth here in Canada, but happy Juneteenth. Anyways, I'll talk to you soon. I am back. It's currently 12:05. It's okay, I'm not like super crunched on time, but I'm gonna take this time to outline chapter 12 and chapter 13. I probably will have to take my time outlining this because I do not have anything like, this chapter doesn't exist in my first draft, so I have to really like focus on outlining that later. But for now, we're at chapter 12, which pretty much is they're still in the library. This is just going to be in Ryan's perspective, so let's do that. Chapter 12. There's only, I think, gonna be one scene. This is a very short chapter, I believe. Sorry to keep distracting you, but it says on my cup, have a lovely day. I love that. Yes, I will. I will. Today, I needed this affirmation. Thank you, Starbucks employee. I just finished outlining chapter 12, and I also read through my first draft version of chapter 12, and that one is completely different. I totally forgot why it's different. Okay, so in my first draft, I actually have this person in Ryan's life that I ended up scrapping in this draft because she doesn't serve any purpose at all, or I can't really find a way to make her like she's an important figure in this draft. So now that I read it, I'm like, none of this is usable. Like, none of that. So this is going to be completely new words, man. How fun. I'm gonna be in a call with a friend in about half an hour. So since I already did my outline, I will just chill. So technically this is gonna be 0 words to me, even though it's a writing hour, but you know, I'm not too strict with myself in this write-a-thon. It's okay to take it easy sometimes. Let's put 0 for this hour. What I'll do in the meantime is just chill, and I'll talk to you soon. Hello, Earthlings! Me and Bellbrook, check her out. We actually did 3 sprints together, 3 sprints of 20s. I was able to write, I believe this is the halfway point of the scene. I'm at 902 words into the scene. So that's like really good for me. I think we wrote for about, yeah, an hour and a half now because we had like a little break here and there. But an hour and I have 902 words. Love that for me. I even chatted about, how I felt like this iteration of the draft I feel like the word counts aren't as big as my first draft. I think it's because I'm trying to be more mindful as to what I'm writing. In my first draft, I was just like typing it out, whatever comes in my head, and I will put it on paper. But now I wanted to be as strategic as possible because I told her like my worst fear is that finish this draft, reread it again, only to feel like I need to rewrite it again on third draft. That is like my worst fear. I'm trying to be as methodical as possible. And so the way that I do that is to make sure that I am following the outline as much as I can. I think what happens is that I think of little things to add in the scene and that will elevate the scene more instead of me like completely disregarding what I wrote and what I planned. And so far it's working out for me personally that whatever I write here will manifest itself in the actual draft. So that is my quick update on our, where are we? We are at hour 6 now. Yeah, we are, no, 5. We're at hour 5. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick like lunch break. When Alyssa comes back, we're gonna have to do another one because why not? And yeah, I'll talk to you later. Yes, yes. Hi guys. Okay, so it's currently 5 p.m. and I am at I just finished my hour 8 and I ended up writing 364 words in that hour. Granted, I was, I was taking my time. Again, I'm not like playing the numbers game here. I'm just trying my best to finish a scene. If I can finish a chapter, that would be so cool. That's like my gauge on how fast I'm doing it. Again, as I said earlier, I am not so concerned with how many words I write because I'm trying to be more strategic with what words I'm writing. So I'm more concerned about the quality, and how I make sure that what I'm writing is aligning with what I outlined. So that's why it's taking a little bit more time. So I guess so far the best session I've had was the 5th session at 1 p.m. with Alyssa. I wrote a combination of 902 words between 1 to 2 p.m. And that one was like really good for me. I think that was the best so far. And in total, right now, I wrote about 2,817 words, which is good. I will be picking up writing again after I go to the gym. I still have about 4 hours left into this write-a-thon. So hopefully when I come back, I'll be able to do focus writing for about an hour, go to dinner, take a shower, and like write some more until I pass out tonight. Yeah, that's my quick check-in, and I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, so it's finally 11 p.m. 11 p.m. right now, and this is actually my hour 11. I'm supposed to have one more hour. However, I am actually just gonna stop here because I am done writing chapter 12. Finally, 2,500 words later, I am finally done writing one chapter. But in total today, we wrote 3,794 words. This is pretty much my stats. I'm gonna show you right here. Okay, here's the thing though. I don't just write for like 1 hour. Like, who does that? I feel like if you write for 1 hour straight for 12 hours straight, that's insane. I think you're a robot, but I'm not a robot. And sometimes I need to like look away from the screen for me to like think. So, yeah, even so, if I say like per hour here, it doesn't really mean that that's what I wrote for an hour, but I guess realistically for like average, I would write for about 30 minutes or maybe even 20, honestly. So that's like my average per hour. So I would say the first 5 hours, I guess I was the most motivated and productive, because in those 5 hours, I guess it's just the morning, and I guess I like to work early, and my brain is like starting to like function. Like I have an outline to follow, so I have a roadmap on what I'm able to write on in those hours. And then the times that where I go on break, I have to like either outline something new or like go out for a walk or go for coffee run or something like that. So it's not just straight writing. I do other things in between. But also I also have to take into account that I was writing with Alyssa as well, which actually helped a lot. I would say like we yapped for a little bit, but after all that, I believe I wrote for about 1,500 words in that hour half. So that was really productive for me. And it's actually just nice overall to write with a friend. It's just more fun to do that, more tolerable instead of just you sitting alone in your desk and just writing by yourself. I guess at nighttime, that's when my energy levels just go down naturally. I'm just tired from the whole day. I actually check my step for this day, and it's disgusting. It's so low. I think I end up, yeah, walking for less than 5,500. And my goal per day is like 7,000 minimum. It's an abomination to even walk less than that. So, yeah. So, here's the things that are the takeaway that I got from this challenge or this write-a-thon really is that I am more productive in the morning as opposed to at night. I guess my creativity level just dwindled down naturally as the day go by. Also, I just really work well with having an outline now. I think I proved it to myself that I can actually follow an outline. I mean, not down to a T, but like at least, and not just go astray completely, go rogue or whatever. Like literally, like follow the outline I prepared for myself so that in the next chapters, like all that will make sense. Oh my gosh, speaking of doom scrolling, I feel like I spent too much time doom scrolling on my phone in this write-a-thon. Like in that, like within the hour that I'm working, I probably would spend on my phone like probably 10 to 15 minutes or even probably longer, 20 minutes, and I don't even realize it. I just scroll, and I'm like, oh gosh, take this phone away from my hands. I need to work on that. I need to like really stop doom scrolling. It's such a bad habit. Oh my goodness, I need to like probably delete the apps or something. But that is my reflection for today's write-a-thon. Overall, I'm so happy with the results. I was able to finish 2 chapters. I didn't write anything yesterday, so this is such a good like comeback for that. and I usually write for less than like 500, 600 words a day anyway. Today is so productive that I'm not even complaining. I feel like I'm I feel like I'm set for the week, but my goal is to finish 3 chapters a week. So hopefully tomorrow and on the weekend I'll be able to work on that. This is the end of the write-a-thon. I'm gonna end it here, and I don't want to make this too long anyway. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. It's free. Anyways, I'll see you on the next vlog. Bye, guys.